You so much for being here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, welcome back to Horrible Games 2022. Thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Dangerous. I'll be your host for this run, Reservoir Dogs. We have got an awesome run for you here. ViperUK will be running any percent for this. Viper, whenever you're ready, take it away.
No problem, thank you very much. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Reservoir Dogs. This was based off the same film that released back in 1992. So this came out in, I believe, 2004, around about then. Released on the PlayStation 2, original Xbox, and PC. Obviously, as you might have guessed, this is the PC version that we're going to be running today. I've set the estimate at 55 minutes. It should go under that quite easily. Even if things go wrong and I die a few times, we should be fine. So Reservoir Dogs, I'm just going to put it bluntly out there. It follows the story of the film, but obviously, because it's a video game, it can actually expand on bits that you don't see in the film. For example, what happened to Mr. Pink when he tried escaping the police, and so on. So there's, I believe it's 15 levels altogether. There's a tutorial, which we don't play. We skip straight into like the first mission, which is Mr. Blue. Now, I'm just going to say, in advance, straight away, there's going to be a lot of running and gunning, so a lot of shooting going on. And there are going to be in-game cutscenes that we can't skip. And as well, just the biggest downside really at the moment is that I can't play with music. Because obviously it's all DMCA and stuff like that, and obviously we don't want to do that. So it's all turned off. There'll be no music in the car during the driving segments either. It's a shame because the soundtrack really makes this game, in my opinion. We've been playing all the missions on easy. And if you're ready on time, I'll give you a countdown. So if we're ready, I'll give you a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. So, like I said, there's 15 missions in this, or 15 chapters. There's obviously, we go straight into cutscenes, or loading screens first of all, and then cutscenes. So, for the most part, these first few missions, as you can see, or as you can hear, sorry. So, if you don't know what Reservoir Dogs is about, allow me to kind of quickly explain. So, there are six guys all on a job. Under the name of a guy called Joe Sabaro or something like that, and he basically runs this group of thugs that all go under different aliases: Mr. Blue, Mr. Pink, Mr. White, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blonde, and Mr. Brown. This takes on the role of the film, but obviously in a gaming sense. So there's like a lot of running and gunning. So we start by playing Mr. Blue. So this is the first mission in the game. There's going to be a lot of running and gunning. So these two cops are going to run through here like this. What we've got to do is we've got to make sure that we get through this door here, like that. I think he died. Did he die? Yes, he did. So, believe it or not, this first mission is actually quite easy. I think this one guy that's come here. There we go. So, there we go. Get rid of this guy here. There we go. So basically, where this corner is here, is you have to wait until you actually have to wait until the game decides to go. I know, I'm gonna do this. So you can actually just stay here. This is like a bit of a dead zone where the AI can't get you. As long as I keep running, the AI can't find you. If there's one behind me, then obviously I'm gonna have to wait. But literally, like, so what's supposed to happen here is you're supposed to have... There we go. So you're supposed to have, like, a shootout with the cops and everything. But if you wait until this happens here, like this, these SWAT guys come in, we just go, right, quickly run, and that's the first level done. Just like that. Just like that. So that's like the first level done and dusted. The next one is... So, the next one involves going between missions as well. So there'll be a few that are online. There'll be a few where you're on foot and you have to shoot your way out and some involve driving like this one. One thing you may notice is after the missions is that you have a professional and a psycho meter. at the end of the what's it called? At the end of the missions. Basically, if you end up killing a load of people, you get classed as a psycho. If you end up taking a lot of people hostage and people don't die, you get classed as a professional. The driving segments are actually the easiest to get classed as a professional. Most of the missions get classed as a psycho. If you drive like a nutcase though, which doesn't sound too great, but if you drive like a nutcase, you obviously get classed as a psycho. One thing to mention, so this story that Michael Madsen is telling, it randomizes, depending. It's actually quite funny if you have a listen. So we have this adrenaline meter on the right hand side. We also have a a boost meter. So in a car, you can see there on the right hand side, that adrenaline meter acts as boost. However, you watch like that. So you can easily do that, where you can easily just go, right, okay, all I've got to do is just kind of go as fast as you can through this mission. So if I do that like that, this actually allows us to keep at max speed a lot of the time. So we have to keep at top speed most of the time that we're here.
At least these guys know how to drive.
And obviously you can tell as well that you can easily keep ahead, as you can see. It's actually funny as well, so the stories can randomize, as I said. You have like the same stories, but sometimes he'll talk about this story, sometimes he won't. Sometimes Mr. Pink will give his story.
Turns out she can't drive. Doesn't even know how to work the gas.
So the missions that are in this, well, like I said, the dry missions are simple point A to point B. And the last missions in the game, obviously missions get more difficult, but in my opinion, I hate to say it, the most boring missions are the driving segments. Now these are the parts that are supposed to be, you know, what you'd see in the film, where it's like, wait, they got from point A to point B. It's like, yeah. So it's probably worth mentioning about the game in general. So like I said, the game follows the plot of the same film, title of the film from 1992. And the thing is that the game was pretty damn decent. It was criticised a lot for bad handling and bad controls, but honestly, it's not too bad. Also, that is us done. It will ask us to save after every single mission. Obviously, we're going to say no and skip that bit. So, now that we've done the shootout at the bank with Blue... Now, bear in mind, if you've never seen Reservoir Dogs, I'd highly recommend watching it. The one thing I will mention is the game acts just like the film. So, the film goes back and forward. And like I said, so the main plot of the film is 6 guys go to rob a jewellery store. Unfortunately, it all goes wrong. And in the film shows several different points of view from what they all end up doing. It turns out what ends up happening is somebody is tipped off the cops, someone has escaped with the diamonds, and all the others have either been killed or have just gone missing. And in the film, the game follows the plot of the film. So obviously you've got a few things like that. Also, these cops are not too clever. We play on easy for a reason. So they are going to try and shoot me. I'm not going to miss. They will hit me. The idea is you just want to run past them all. It's worth noting as well. So them 2 cops, if you shoot them 2 cops, then 2 cops spawn here. You don't shoot them, you can just run straight past them. You can see the cops are coming down the alleyway and everything. They never really get a good shot on you here. So the next bit here, we want to make sure we do, is the double pistols are really OP in this. So is the shotgun. As you can see. Again, you can run straight through this. So I don't know where the guy is. I think he's already around here. Again, a lot of this is just like run here, run through here, run this, do that. I don't know if you go through the other door, if it's quicker or not, but yeah, we always go through this way here. And we use the pistols here. There's going to be a cop that will come out there like that. I'm going to get rid of him. Thing is, these police do get a bit harder as you go on. A lot of it is like running and gunning. Believe it or not, this is like... So, the thing is with it, this is the only piece of like copyrighted music in here, by the way.
Oh, fuck this. Stupid machine.
So he's about to have a bad day.
Oh, crap.
Really wouldn't.
Now's my chance.
Well, get rid of him. So the whole point is you need to run through the levels. A lot... It sounds daft, it's like, wait, for a game it's all about killing, you're just going to run through the levels? It's like, yep, pretty much. That's literally it, like, not even kidding. And that's literally it, you just go from start to finish, do that, then you have an in-game cutscene. I'm just intrigued, actually, how many people here have watched Reservoir Dogs? Has anybody here seen it? If you have, what did you make of it? It's a good film if you haven't seen it, I will say that. It's not the best film in the world. I think Quentin Tarantino, who also stars in this as Mr. Brown, he does a pretty good job of his character, although he's barely seen. But as a film, it's pretty decent. Not his finest work, I will admit.
Any more shit, and you lose
I'm just gonna say Pulp Fiction is the better film. This is still really good, but Pulp Fiction's his best film. Just gotta put that out there. Okay, I'm good now.
Fair enough. I will actually mention something. So, some little trivia for you here. So, Reservoir Dogs is Mr. Blonde. I forget what his actual character's name is. It's something Vega. So, if you remember Vic Vega or Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction, him and Mr. Blonde from this film are actually in the same universe. And they're actually connected to each other. So, yeah, for those that didn't or never knew that, there you go. There's also supposed to be, as I found out, there's actually supposed to be a film that released. Was going to be a film that released, and it was what was it called? It's supposed to be called Viva Las Vega or something, or Viva La Vega. And it was supposed to take place before the likes of Reservoir Dogs. And also before Pulp Fiction. And it was supposed to tell the story of both the Vega boys. Both, because they're actually brothers. So it's supposed to tell the story of them two. It never got made. I don't know why, but yeah, it was never made. So I think it should be fine. I'm surprised that cop didn't actually see me and stop. At any point, by the way, you can take these guys as hostage.
There's my change. Sir, official PD business. I'm gonna have to ask you to move.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that guy picked the wrong day to be a policeman. Oop. Need to make sure I don't get killed. Okay, I should be okay here. Alright, how much health have I got? About half. Okay, I'm gonna stop for health here. So most of the time you'll just be running and gunning. But obviously we're gonna quickly pick up some first aid if I can. There we go. Only takes like a split 2 seconds. So there's actually a part here that saves about 5 seconds. I can't do it, but the world record guys can. Basically, you can actually glitch through this truck over here, the blue truck to the left now. You can actually glitch your way through that. And there we go. That's Mr. White's level done and dusted. Also, I will just mention as well that out of all the characters in here, so I think it was there's 2 characters in this game that actually have the actors from the film voice the characters. So that is Mr. Blonde, aka Michael Madsen. He voiced him in the game as well as playing him in the film. And the guy who played Eddie, I forget what he's called in the film. What the actor's name is, but yeah, basically the guy who played Eddie in the film plays Eddie in the game as well. Like voices Eddie. Nice guy Eddie, as they call him.
I believe that is Chris Penn.
Chris Penn, yes.
Actor.
That's the
Yeah.
one. I believe is he the Sean of Sean? Is he the son of Sean Penn?
I believe they were brothers, and he sadly passed away like in 2008 or something like that. But I remember him mostly from the Rush Hour film, the first one, and he played he played Pulowski, I think his name was, in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh wow.
So I remember him like really well from that because his voice was really, really distinct in that game.
I love the fact that he's actually like he's been in other games too. I mean, it's funny as well because I think from first glance or from a glance, this game does look like a Grand Theft Auto clone. So it's kind of ironic that he lent his voice to the film that he starred in, but also is a replica of another game that did quite well. And
he plays a really good villain, so it kind of makes sense that he would show up in a lot of like mobster kind of films, you know.
Yeah. So there's actually going to be a few times during some of these missions where we're going to slow down, like in this mission, for example, because in this like particular part here, there are parts where you'll be going too fast. So if you go fast enough, you'll encounter a slow motion camera, whereas obviously we don't want to do that. So obviously we're going to make sure that we don't do that. There we go. And that's that. That was actually that went pretty fast. So one of the hardest levels, I think. One of, not the hardest. We're coming up on that in a bit later on. So, Mr. Blonde, aka Michael Madsen's character. The guy seems to have come from a shopping mall. Now, here's the thing. So, this chapter and the chapter later down the line actually link in together. So, you can see here, here's a fire exit. He's stood in front, he's having a smoke, and that's where this mission starts. But as we'll get into the game, you'll see, just like the film, is that when it's Tarantino, he likes to do things a different way. Also, that cop doesn't really do too much. You can either get in your way or not. And the only reason I killed him, though, was just to make sure he didn't get in my way or shoot me. So, yeah, the aim assist is a bit ridiculous at times. You just click aim, and it just aims at anybody. You do have to do a target lock-on. Also, one other thing to mention is if you reload during a cutscene, or just before the cutscene starts, you don't skip cutscene or anything, but if you do it just before the cutscene starts, then he'll reload during the cutscene, and you will have full ammo. Oh. There we go. I don't know if there's... Hello. I didn't think he was going to be there, but okay, that's fine by me. I need ammo, that's good enough. Just need to make sure I get these two up here.
Where the fuck is the backup?
Did he?
Okay, ma'am, I'll take care of it.
No, he didn't. Oh, I was expecting him to... You do have to be quick with some of your shooting. I will admit, being a fast shooter does help. Oh, wrong one. That can sometimes happen, unfortunately. So, one of two things might happen. It happened? Nope, I think we got lucky. Or did we? If you're lucky, you sometimes get a guy with a shotgun who stood around the corner. There we go. Yep, like that. That's actually perfect. Sometimes you can get unfortunate timing where the SWAT guys turn up and you're like, uh-oh. So yeah, you have to be careful. There we go.
He isn't here. He's on the move.
Okay.
Not over here.
That guy does get in your way, unfortunately.
Shit, he's killing.
We get rid of them guys.
That's him.
Have to be quick about that as well. Them guys can also get to you if you're not fast enough.
Hey, I see him.
Man down.
Don't you mess with me again.
There we go. There we go. Again, a lot of this is in-game cutscenes that you can't skip. So at the end of the missions, you just have to go, Also, if you ever wondered how Marvin Nash got in the back of Mr. Blonde's car, then this is how he gets there.
I got a surprise for you.
Just like that. Now, coincidentally, Mr. Blonde, so in the film, Mr. Blonde, I can't say too much, I don't want to spoil it too much, but basically, Mr. Blonde shows up about halfway through the film somewhere, and he's got a cop in the back of his truck. You don't know where he came from, you don't know how he got there. Doesn't show you how, or any of this shootout in the mall. Nothing like that.
Back there. Comfortable?
This is how he got there. And it's also how, in the film, when he's eating a cheeseburger, this is also how he got there. So you have to drive to the warehouse. You can see you can't go slow because the cop will escape.
Should see this.
And during this mission, the cops can be ruthless. They try shooting you, they try everything. And the funny thing is, even though one of their boys in blue is in the back, they're still like, oh, it's fine, we'll still shoot. It's like, really? You're gonna shoot even though he's there? As you'll see now.
Look, I don't know shit
Like
about
this.
SWAT, okay? I'm just a fucking rookie.
There you go.
These guys must like you.
There we go. So I'm gonna try and put my foot down and get away.
Close.
Oop.
Having a nice little ride back there.
What do you want? I can't tell you
There we go.
anything.
Make it a lot better by doing that.
I guess I better lose these cocks.
Like I said, you can easily do like more than the car requires.
Just a mall cop, for fuck's sake. I'm the lowest in the world.
Your playmates have all gone home.
There we go.
Hey, cop, hang on. Looks like you might take over. Someone at the precinct has a real hard-on for you.
There we go. So yeah, there's a part here where we have to like slow down deliberately. Again, remember how I said before about all the stuff that you have? Yeah, this is why.
Let me out.
Oh, nasty.
Luckily, I got through there just fine. So it doesn't really matter here which way you go.
You gotta let me go.
Like that. There we go. As I said, it's much quicker. And the bullets they'll shoot. You'll notice as well, I take a specific route here during this mission because... Simple reason. If I don't take this route, then basically I'll lose a bit of time. Not much, I'll grant you, but you do lose time on this split.
Should see this.
Oh shit, come on, man, please. Come on.
I also want to like take it easy around here too.
Hey, cop, aren't you enjoying the ride?
Shit, man.
Yeah. The handling of the cars is just weird.
Good job.
There we go. Nice. Driver like every driver in LA, got it. There you
Hey,
go.
I'm getting a little hungry. I think I'll pick up some fries and a cheeseburger. You want anything? How about a chili dog? Nah, I didn't think so. You stay put.
So yeah, so in the film he ends up showing up with yeah, he ends up showing up with a cheeseburger and a drink, and it's like, oh, okay then. Sure, this works. So in chapter 8 we play as Mr. Pink again. You may remember him before. So Mr. Pink, by the way, is played by Joe Pesci. I believe it is. No, sorry, not Joe Pesci. Jesus Christ. Steve Buscemi. Joe Pesci's the guy from bloody, what's he called? Home Alone, isn't he? Goodfellas. I'm thinking of wrong gangster movie here. Yeah. Steve Buscemi. Joe Buscemi, yeah.
I don't care what.
So, I think he died? Sure, yeah. So, that guy's going to set the alarm off. Or not. Okay, maybe not. Basically, what we want is this cop here has a machine gun that I want. There we go.
Open fire!
So, I'm going to go through here. There we go. That actually was quite well timed. The AI is random, by the way. Some hide behind that, some don't. Depends how lucky you get. There we go.
We need backup.
Did he die? No, he didn't die. There's a guy here. Oh, but all these 2 guys. Oh, okay. This is interesting. There's never usually 2 guys there. Right.
Are you men going to arrest me?
No, man. We just have to look around the area.
I don't want to be arrested.
It's okay.
There we go. Gets rid of him. So this bit's a bit tricky here, so forgive me if I go a bit quiet.
Help me, please.
So she'll set the alarm off. Over that top left corner, boom. SWAT guys come in here. We're actually going to run past these guys if we can. Like that, because of all the smoke. And if you get caught, you just do that.
He's moving.
I don't know if the cops see me yet.
Hey.
Yep, it's fine. Now, I'm going to play this safe. I'm actually going to get the health here. I don't usually do it, but I'll get the health here. There we go. I'll do that. So what we're going to do here now is... Now, I've got 2 options. I can either run straight underneath this bit, or I can shoot one of the guys that will stop killing me. There we are. So I didn't really get shot too much, so that's not too bad. We go around here like this, over here, da-da-da-da. Like I said, this game's fairly straightforward. It may seem difficult at times, but trust me, it ain't. Also, get full health there, because why not? You've got to get back to your car. So your car is over here. I'm just gonna... Now I'm gonna kill this guy here.
While you're doing that, would you mind if I tell everybody about some stuff?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Awesome. Yeah, we've got prizes for anybody that was not aware of it, was not here earlier. We have a couple of things that you can donate toward. If you put a $10 minimum donation and you select one of our 2 game giveaways, you can get some Steam keys. These keys were very generously provided by Riser Games and New Blood Interactive, so thank you both for that. A $10 minimum donation gets you entered to win either a Steam key from Riser Games or from New Blood Interactive, and if you make 2 $10 donations, you can get entered for both of them. Just make sure that you select them when you make your donation.
All right, thank you very much. So we're on chapter 9 now. We've got quite a bit more further into the story. So this is basically Checkpoint Charlie. So this is actually a bit more downtime in the run, really. So we have to get to the junkyard before the cops close the road. So we end up having to go through a few checkpoints to keep up. So this actually makes for an interesting time because the cops can like really mess you up if they wanted to. And they probably will do so. So obviously I'm listening out for where the sirens are, and I'm like hoping please don't hit me. Oh, yeah, not too bad. There we go. You can easily get away from the police. As soon as you're at full adrenaline, you can do that and just completely get away, which I always like doing. Also, one other thing to note is the cars on this game are like super nimble. So, for example, if I ram a cop car when I'm doing like 120 plus miles an hour, what ends up happening is, yeah, it basically blows up, and it's like, oh. So that's one roadblock. Now, I actually am going to mention something here. So, I don't know how many people played Enter the Matrix, or the Matrix, some of the Matrix games, but to me, this bit here with the toll booths now reminds me of that. I don't know why. Again, don't really ask me why it reminds me of that, but yeah, it just reminds me of that. We have a bit that's coming up in a minute, which is quite difficult from top to bottom. Again, casually playing this game through is way more exciting, I think, because you have the music. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you have the music. That's why. As you saw. So I'll obviously rack him a bit. Oh god. Oh, hello. There we go.
Christ, Larry, think.
You can easily like get your speed up a hell of a lot, especially in a straight line. Also, yeah, sometimes cars can literally spawn out of thin air. I don't know why or how they do it, but game physics, that's all I'm saying. Literally just, yeah, game physics.
This is stupid, Larry.
So this bit here, after you get past this checkpoint here, this one, this is the one that, in my opinion, can really screw you over. Because this neighborhood, I don't know why, but for some reason, the cops can be way more aggressive and can easily take you down if you're not careful. Although, when you get to this bit here, it becomes a lot more lenient. I don't know, it's very strange. Like, some parts of the roads are completely mental, some are less so. There we go. And we made it. Nice.
How did you get into this, Larry?
There we go. Also, yeah, if you didn't know what Mr. White's character's called, he's called Larry. I can't remember what his second name. It's like Larry something. There's actually a fun thing that I remembered about this as well. So when they were shooting this film, the film was on a budget of $50,000. But when Harvey Keitel, the guy who plays Mr. White, I think it's pronounced it, or Harvey Keitel, the guy who plays Mr. White in the film, when he was took on, the budget went from $50,000 to nearly $2 million or something like that because of how much money his agent wanted for the thing. Quentin Tarantino was like, fine, okay, I will pay it, just to get him on board. But yeah, the budget went up and up and up. It was quite funny hearing this for the first time. Oh, I'm apparently killing cops. Am I?
He's making his move.
In the blue sedan across the street.
Get him.
Yeah. There we go.
We've had to search upstairs. We're pretty sure he's come through.
Yeah, pretty
If
much.
you're here, perhaps I could go for a coffee break. If you do, you better not think about coming back.
So there's 3 guys down here. And these guys can easily kill you if you're not careful. And unfortunately, so can they. That's not what I wanted. I'm surprised. Get rid of him. Right, so there should be a... Yeah, there is a health thing here, thank God. There's a lot of health around here. I don't know if I've got enough bullets. If I'm going to make it or not. I'll find out in a minute. So I tried being clever when I played this the other day. Turns out I wasn't. So basically you run past a certain point, it's like, oh okay, this is fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's very odd. There we go. Again, you're just running round. It's quite funny how it's like, just run. Easy.
Oh, crap.
Like here, for example. There we go. There we go. Just like that, Mr. White's done. That's Mr. White. I think that's the last time we'll see him. We won't be playing as him again. Same with Mr. Pink, we won't be playing as him again. So now we get to play as Eddie. So you remember this sequence from before where we was driving as Mr. White and he went through the roadblocks? Turns out Mr. Pink and Eddie were on the other side. So, in this mission now, a few things to point out about this mission here. So, first and foremost, well, you're supposed to, yeah, you're supposed to protect Mr. Pink from the cops. Instead, what you can actually do is if you go, I don't know, you don't have to go a certain way, but basically you can actually drive ahead of him and he'll rubber band to you and it'll basically make the mission a bit faster. Won't make it that much faster, but it will make it a slight bit more faster. So the way I went the other day when I did this as like a test was I went like straight on here, so he turns right there. So I just leave him with the cops. Like that. And then I go this way, like this. Oh boy. Now, oh, hello. Oh boy. Okay, there. Nice. So this actually gives us a bit more time to get to there. And what we actually want to do, like I said, the mission involves actually needing to protect Mr. White. But if you notice, the cop's health is actually going down slightly. You can drive. If you're lucky, now I think this is dependent on RNG personally. Personally speaking, I think it is dependent on RNG. Because I've only had this happen once and never again. But if you get all the way to the end, you can drive all the way to the end. And what you can do is have them two cops last you all the way to the end. So basically, if you're, like I said, if you're fast enough, you won't have another cop come at you. Not only that, is that Mr. Pink, sorry, will basically warp to you, and the cops will as well. You also have to make sure that you're not driving too fast, because if you do, then unfortunately what happens is the police go a bit haywire. I don't know why, but yeah, they just do. If you kill the police too fast, then unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't go well. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make sure that I don't get any sort of cop at all. And I want to make sure that I can get Mr. Pink all the way to the end. If them cops blow up too far from the end, then we're in trouble. I think we'll be okay. I'm not sure. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Actually, yeah, we are. We're gonna be okay. Holy cow. Well, RNG, look at that. RNG gods are on my side today. God damn. There we go, nice. That was a gold split too.
That's it, I'm off.
So yeah, off goes Mr. Pink. Now we're going to be playing as Eddie. That was actually pretty good. But are we going to be okay? Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So we're now going to be playing as Eddie. We've now got to... that was actually a pretty neat gold split. God damn. Yeah, so now we're playing as Eddie. This is the only time you actually play as Eddie in the entire game. Yeah. Here we go. The run's not going down too badly so far.
Where the fuck have you gone to, Larry?
There we go. So, we've got we go straight through here. Now we've got a Desert Eagle here. This is like one shot, one kill. A bit like the shotgun actually. It reminds me a lot of the... Oh god, that's not good, because I might die. Oh my god, I think I might die here.
I see the asshole.
Oh! Okay, we might get lucky here.
You've got 3.
That's not bad.
Screw this.
Okay. I need health, so I'm hoping there's some somewhere.
Target is on the move.
Is that health? That is health. I am saved. Saved by the health.
Oh no.
There we go. You can... This guy is... I thought this guy died in one shot. There we go. If they're bad at shooting, they will blow... Yeah, there you go. Like I say, if they're bad at shooting, they'll blow that up by accident. It's always a good one. There we go. Is there a cop round here? No. Nope, he's not round there neither.
Oh no.
There we go. Nice. Nice.
He's here! Quick!
Get rid of him. There's a her, but oops. Oh god, hello. What the hell? Hello. Hiya, fellas. I've never had that one before. I've never had them SWAT spawn there. That's mental. There we go. So it takes like a full minute between the end of this mission and the start of the next one. So we have like a full minute. That was still a gold split too. Never happened, but it was a gold split.
Come on, get moving.
There we go. Yeah, if you got anything you want to mention, feel free to go right ahead.
You betcha. We've got. I just want to remind everybody that the charity that we are donating to for this marathon is To Write Love on Our Arms. They're a non-profit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. To Write Love on Our Arms exists to encourage, inform, inspire, and invest directly into treatment and recovery. And all of your donations go to this wonderful organization. We'll be running all weekend long, so feel free to get your donations in whenever you have a chance. And we also have incentives for you to donate as well. You can control the outcome of some games or control costumes, character choices, and outfits for different runs throughout the event. So be sure to get your donations in.
We lost Yates!
I just want to mention that SWAT guy there is always a pain to try and like get right. There we go. So this one is another run and gun one. There's two SWAT guys that have just got out. That van behind me. Luckily, there's not enough bullets for them to try and kill me. I could probably do this in one go. Let's see if I can do it.
Oh, please!
Okay, maybe not. I did just run past that guy, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Game's like, I did not see anything. I also want 2 pistols. Thank you very much. We're also going to run past these lot.
Hey, over here.
You can sometimes get 2 cops here. Unfortunate. Is there someone around her? Nope. And then... There we go. Been meaning to shoot the control panel.
That's him!
Ooh. Nope. Don't think so. That's fine.
Grenade! Get down!
Okay, shotgun. I have to get this ready because there's 2 cops that I need to kill. Like that. I accidentally killed a civilian. That's not good.
Oh no, please.
And then this guy should hopefully not get in my way. Nope. It's fine. Ooh. Same with this guy as well. Nice. Easy. So yeah, this was how he got here. He literally just run. That's how he got to that situation. It's like, yeah, you may be wondering how I got this in this situation. Okay, so now comes the longest mission in the game. So Brown, this is the Mr. Orange is actually Mr. Orange is in the back of this car with Mr. White. They have this shootout, and now Mr. Brown has got to drive across. He has to drive across town. It takes about 5 minutes, round about there. So yeah, I want to say let's just hope the cop orange is on our side, but honestly, we're ahead on estimate, so it's fine.
There are cruisers everywhere.
The cops will be chasing us the whole way through. This is more about the driving than anything else, but the police RNG is a factor. So we're going to try and make sure we can try and lose the police, or at least not encounter them in the worst places possible.
You lost them. Oh shit! Where the fuck are we? We have more fucking cops.
So this is the character that I was on about before.
Just a scratch.
The one that's
Dark in here, it's just me.
the one. This is the one that's played by Quentin Tarantino.
It's just crawling with cops.
There we go. Nice. Sent him there. Sweet. There we go. There's actually a funny story that he tells in a minute as well. You have a listen.
We lost him. Hey, you fucking asshole, this is my road.
Remember what I was saying before? You can use the boost. You can keep your speed at like max.
So there was this time I was driving down the interstate.
There we go.
Okay, it was Interstate 10. No, wait. It was Interstate 5. You know what? It doesn't matter. I was driving down the interstate. Okay, traffic in my lane was really fucking crawling. So I passed the traffic on the left, but the fucking road ahead is under construction. I pull back in and realize why the traffic's moving so slow. Because I'm behind a fucking hearse. Yeah, it's a funeral for a goddamn mafia boss. Nice work. We're clear. I cut into a motherfucking mafia funeral procession. That was some unlucky shit.
How about that for unlucky? He's like, yeah. So I cut into he cut into a line for a mafia procession. Like, talk about unlucky. Oh, hello. Wow. Okay. Exploding cops.
That was a bit fucking close for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the police acrobatics team.
Hey, watch it. Hey, I can't see too well.
There we go.
Together, you'll be all right.
Dude literally just went flying into a wall and exploded. I could not make that up. Hopefully, I don't know if you'll say anything else.
Mr. Brown, stay focused.
There is actually a story as well that Mr. White tells in a minute, I think. Which is always a good one. The driving part of this has to be like the hardest. It genuinely has to be the hardest part of this game. By 100% or more. Yeah. Here we go. I think I've lost them. That's fine.
A good man, Brown, a real professional. Not like some guys. I was doing
There we
this
go.
heist. Shit. So anyway,
Yep.
I was doing this heist with some comedian. I'm not kidding. He was a stand-up fucking comedian. All these guys do this. Anyway, all the way through the job, he's ripping on me, telling me these jokes. Yo mama this, yo mama that. I tell you what, I was close to tagging him myself. Luckily, the blue boys got him first. Did 15 to 20 at San Quentin.
Ooh. There we go. Yeah, yo mama this, yo mama that. Be honest.
These fucks just don't stop.
Uh,
Hold on, everybody. Heads up.
I was gonna say, it always makes me laugh. It's like, yo mama this, yo mama. I'm like, the amount of times that we probably said them jokes when we were back in school, high school, I guess. Ah, the good old days of the internet.
Cruisers everywhere.
I didn't see. This was before the internet, wasn't it? The 90s didn't really have the internet. It was existent, but
Wow, be careful.
did it really exist in the 90s? I don't know. It wasn't mainstream, was it? It existed, but it was dial-up connection.
Fucking asshole almost hit me. Hey, what is this in my eye, man?
Hold up the choppers.
There's two cops behind me. I can't see them, but I know they're there.
Okay, Mr. Brown, take it easy.
There we go.
Need to get there in one piece.
There we go. Nice.
Shit.
Right, with that in said, that's Mr. Brown's that is Mr. Brown's section done, and this brings us on to the finale of the game. So we now get on to the finale. So you remember at the first mission when we played as Mr. Bloom was escaping? Yeah, turns out we've got to finish that off. So, time will be coming up as soon as the fade starts. So it'll probably be in about a minute's time. So be ready on time. It's going to be a shootout for about an hour. An hour? A minute, I mean.
Hey, you!
So this is quite difficult. I'll just say that now. Oh boy, I don't know if I'll make this. I don't know if I'll live. I'll hopefully try and live through this. I'm gonna need... I'm definitely gonna need health. There we go.
Suspect is moving on.
Easy there.
In. And... time.
GG's.
Should be... what was it? 5-second PV! Yes!
Hey, congrats.
I knew the gold splits were doing well.
Very nice. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Well, just whilst the final few cutscenes are playing, I'm quite impressed with that. I'm quite happy that run went well. So whilst the credits are rolling, because now you can actually see the credits. Well, first and foremost, mention to the guys who run Reservoir Dogs, Soupsake, who's the former record until Red Octa took over quite recently. So this game's actually timed without loads. That's the like main world record part of this game rather than the RTA. But I think a 5-second RTA will probably may even move me up the leaderboard, possibly. I wasn't really sure about that run going well or not, but I'm glad it did. So that's the first thing. Second thing is a shout out to my amazing community who supports me during these events. Not just that, through thick and thin, that they're always there to be by my side. So thank you very much for those that do. I think even some of them have tuned in as well for this run as well, which is really awesome. The other thing is that I just want to mention, as bizarre as this one sounds, I'd like to make a mention to the film. Like, if you haven't seen Reservoir Dogs, I'd highly recommend going and watching it. A lot of Quentin Tarantino's work is quite good. I will put it out there though, is that it may not be up your street if you're not really into blood and guts. There's not loads of it, but in this film you probably see a fair bit of it. Would obviously recommend checking out any of his films if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure you've watched at least one of his films. If you haven't, definitely give him a watch. And as well, if you're interested in learning how to play this, it seems very difficult to pick up at first, but once you start to learn where things are, where like enemies spawn and where they can spawn, obviously there's a few added surprises, but once you learn the game a bit better, like for me, it took me, I don't know, I played it safe when I first started running it a few months back, and then obviously as I've been practicing, I've started to become more confident and things like that. The driving sections are very unique because, in my opinion, they're the main time saves. So once you've got the on-foot sections down, the driving is like the main part of the run. Not RNG, but in general, just like the main part, as I found out recently. There are like one or two glitches that you can exploit. As I said, there's one part in Mr. White's mission way early on in the run where you can click through a truck and it saves you about maybe 5 or 10 seconds if you can get it. But apart from that, I think I'm going to wrap this run up here. Thank you very much to Kuno and the Horrible Games team for allowing me to run this game. I'm quite glad that I was able to show it off, to be fair. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the marathon, and I'll hand it back over to the host. Cheers.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much, Viper, for that run of the game, and I absolutely concur. This is a great film, and if you haven't seen it, you definitely should. Thank you all again for tuning in. That is going to do it for me on the hosting desk for today, but fear not, I will be back on the hosting desk tomorrow as well, and not going to lie, you might even see me a little bit before then. If you take a look at the schedule, I'm just going to say that right now. But I am going to be leaving you in the capable hands of Vinge. She will be taking good care of you. And up next, we have Skill at the Counter running Subnautica Below Zero Survival Glitchless. So do not go anywhere. You're definitely going to want to see that run. Thank you all. We'll be right back after a little bit.
Thank you for those runs, and we will be catching up with you right after this break.